who kicked goals. Now, I know Dundas could have been a good player, I suppose, in the first half, but you wouldn't consider them both vital players. Ian?
I thought Roos played all right. I thought Roos was a contributor all day. He did kick 3 behinds before he kicked 4 goals in the last quarter, which has made his, goal kicking a little bit more impressive. But I reckon the big difference, Don, is just the fact that Fitzroy have got 3 generals. They had Ironmonger dictating at the centre, they had Pert dictating at the back, and Roos dictating at the front. And the Swans really were without any leadership. They just struggled all day. They didn't seem to have much system. Matthew Ryan was fantastic in the first quarter, getting something like 12 possessions. And then young Johnston was given instructions to tighten up there. But apart from that, you know, guys like Neil Cordy, that young fella there, Wheeler, he played a pretty good game for the Swans. I thought Stevie Wright was a terrific trier for them. Dale Kickett, of course, who started on the interchange bench. We saw him take a spectacular mark just a few seconds ago. He came on and kicked 2 goals.
One fellow that wasn't mentioned and doesn't get mentioned very much is Dwayne Rowan. I thought his job in the back pocket was a very, very solid game. He started with Tui, had him moved off, and had Lynch there for a little while, and had a number of opponents. He went off the ground late in the late in the game, but I thought he was a good player. I thought Brett Stevens also tried very, very hard at centre half back, put himself in front. I did like Bert's game on occasions when he started to run up the ball, but he still likes to play from behind. And Michael Gale, a very, very solid game as well on that half-back line. Now, for Sydney, you've got to look through their side, and you've already mentioned Stevie Wright. I thought Cordy, the first half, was very, very solid there. Henwood's game, I thought, was very good, and I think he'd be in line for state selections for Western Australia. Had to be moved into the ball, onto the ball. I would have liked to have seen Barling stay on, actually. I thought it upset team balance a bit. Maybe Henwood going to centre-half forward. And the guy that I always do like is Roberts. I know he had Dundas early, but Dundas seemed to be in the right place. It wasn't the fact that Roberts was so loose, the missed kicks and so forth. Dundas was in the right place, but Roberts really does attack that ball hard. He's an older player now, in his 30s, hasn't got too much football left in him, and I thought he'd tried pretty hard.
Eustace?
Yes, Eustace, especially the second half. I thought I was looking for him in the first half, but he just wasn't around. But he's third. I've got him marked down 3rd and 4th quarters as a good player.
And a big rap on West too. West, who started on the interchange bench and kicked 3 goals.